Hi, this is Sunil from Pulse Tech Corporation. I'm on the backup file number three, presentation number three. This is the backup strategies for small to medium businesses, SMB market, where you're looking at the affordability as well as the type of backup which can be suitable for your company, depending on what kind of things you are looking at or you do. Now, we went with local backup and offsite backup, internal backup, external backup. Um, External, we started with hard drive, NAS drive. Now this is number three, backup file number three, which is external backup on a server basically. So when you do a network upgrade or you replace your server to a newer server, what we tend to do is reuse your old server back again for your backup strategy. There is a specific reason why we do that. You will come across in this when I explain. We use licensed software. We first upgrade the server to the same level of operating system, put in large hard drives, SATA hard drives. They're not as fast as SSDs, but they do your backup as well as has the capacity to do other things. We divide that space into parts. We use we use Quest backup software or Veeam backup software. Both are licensed. They cost, so the cost comes to you. So now we're going from cheaper to little more and little more. Uh, they are still a lot less than some of the backup softwares we will talk about in the next one. So what happens with these two backup softwares, you have a strategy of long-term backup. You can back it up for years to come, backup and store separately in different hardware, so that can be off-site, off from your server, removed, can be backed up for multiple backups per day. Let's say you have a database, a software, ERP, where you need to have so many backups, like every 15 minutes or so, half an hour, 1 hour, every hour you want to have a backup. What we do is we back it up every half an hour, 1 hour, or 15 minutes, depending on your requirement, for the first day. Past the first day, you do not really need that much of backup, so we drop it back to one backup per day for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Then we do it one backup per week, then for one backup per month, one backup per quarter, one backup per year. So you can have multiple backups and you can go back how far you want to go. That's the amazing part of this software. It gives you the capability. Other than that, it does, of course, all other functions, which are the basic functions. You can, if you have 30 different servers, it uses uses your operating systems and makes it only one copy of the operating system with the pointers toward that. That means it reduces your space a lot less for backing up. It can also, what we do is we give you a backup space for all these many backups, let's say around 150 backups, which is small files copied on top of it, but recoverability is from anywhere throughout any backup which is there, from now all the way to a year ago. You can create an entire server or just a small backup. So that way your capabilities are amazing. We divide that into two parts, your hard drive. One, we keep it for your backup. The second hard drive space, we keep it for your virtual standby servers. Let me get back to this Windows and Linux backup as well. That means these softwares are capable of backing up not just Windows, Linux, Mac, etc. It can back up all sorts of backups altogether. Now, going back to fast recovery and standby, that means with the Quest backup, we take your backup, immediately it updates your last live recoverable turn on file. That means we take a backup, within seconds it updates the backup into the last backup file, and if anything goes wrong, we can turn on that file. Let's say your server dies or shuts down, and you just cannot afford it to go down at all. We can turn on your virtual standby server. It will take a reboot kind of method. Within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it'll be up and running. You're back in business. It is an excellent business continuity model. Now going back to Veeam, with the new Veeam version 7 and 8, you have even better capabilities on it. You can not only recover from that backup, you can also recover from previous backup with the same speed. Now with Quest backup, your recovery speed is slow for any backup which is older than the one which is last one. So let's say you have 3 terabyte of data and you're trying to turn on a server from 3 days ago because of ransomware. So the entire 3 terabytes have to be recovered from the backup along with the operating system before we can turn it on. That can take some time. 3 terabyte can take around 3.5, 4 hours. Well, for going back to Veeam latest versions, what it does is it'll take a couple of minutes to recover the operating system, and as it starts recovering the data, it keeps a shadow of all the data, and whoever requires whatever file, who picks up requirements accessing, it takes few seconds and it recovers that file before the other files. That's while it's recovering, it finds out which files are required. On an urgent basis, it will recover those files first, and the ones that are not required, it'll keep recovering. That means you are having a fast recovery even from any backup which you like. That means from a year before, from 6 months, last days, 4 days ago, does not matter. So that's the best part of the Veeam and Quest. They have amazing secondary backup location capabilities. You can back it up to the cloud. You can back it up to a secondary location. Let's say you have more than one location, not home. Let's say a second location you have internet there and another server there or a NAS drive. It'll back up to the secondary backup as well. This is part of the system. These are the amazing part. I will go to the next file on the next video, and I can explain on this one is external backup, dedicated backup devices like Datto, like Quest. They are extremely expensive, like $800, $1,000, $1,200 a month. And they cost a ton of money when you have to buy them as well. You have $8,000, $6,000, $10,000 to purchase, and then you have a monthly backup cost. So they are also very useful. Just they use the same similar softwares like Quest as its own software. It uses and it recovers very quickly and it gives you similar benefits. And if you have to use the same thing on a secondary location, you need to buy a secondary hard drive. And some of these softwares you also charge you for the data which passes through the internet from one location to another location.